Door openings. The entrance door to the fire area is not just a point of access or egress. Equally important, it is a ventilation point that creates a flow path for fire, heat, and smoke. This ventilation point allows both heat and smoke to flow from the fire area, and also provides a fresh inflow of air at the floor level from the exterior to the interior of the fire area. The contents of today's occupancies burn quickly and become ventilation limited. These fire conditions lack sufficient oxygen to further expand the fire. The inward flow of air from the door opening may be enough to cause a rapid expansion of fire conditions and limit the time for an effective search. It is critical to the safety of the occupants and the members conducting searches that we control the entrance doors until a charge hose line is in position to operate. Members must determine whether the door will remain open or closed while the search is being conducted. The determining factor is whether or not the engine company has a charge hose line and is ready to advance. If the engine has a charge hose line, the door to the fire area can be left open. A member of the ladder company can chock open the door to facilitate the advance of the hose line. If the engine does not have a charge hose line at the door to the fire area, the door should be closed after the search team enters. Positioning a firefighter at this door, pending the arrival of the hose line, ensures the door is maintained and effectively manages the flow path while limiting the oxygen into the area. Victim removal. When victim removal occurs before fire suppression, consider the thermal and toxic exposure to the victim when choosing victim removal routes. In this case, consider an egress route that does not pass the fire compartment along the path of travel. This route may differ from that taken by the firefighters who commence the search. Alternate removal pathways may reduce victim exposure to lethal toxic gas and thermal burns during removal. Several factors can impact and influence this decision. These include inaccessibility, obstructions, exterior conditions and access points, window size, occupant size, removal to ground ladder, fire escape or tower, or aerial ladder. Additionally, the time to task completion must be considered. Positioning a ladder to the third floor for a rear removal may be an unrealistic option due to the time to task completion. When removing an occupant, consider the victim's breathing zone in addition to speed. Maintaining a victim's head at a lower elevation during the removal may result in a lower exposure to potential lethal concentrations of gases. Consider the difference in a smoke layer and heat and gas concentration from 1 to 3 feet. The 1-foot level will typically have lower heat and less lethal gas concentration and may be below the smoke layer. Additionally, longer removal distances amplify the effects of elevation and speed. Conclusion. Locating and removing victims from burning structures has long been part of the well-trained firefighter search culture. While our goal is to stretch hose lines and apply water as quickly as possible, searching for trapped victims while the first hose line is being stretched is an integral part of that culture. This is because seconds count when fire victims are trapped. They depend on us. They depend on us being ready. They depend on us being trained. They depend on us coming for them.